Hi, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of A&B Horror Movies. My name is Aaron.
Hi, I'm Ben.
And today in this episode, we're going to be talking about movies that we found disturbing on various levels. So we'll get into that in a bit. But before we do that, we are going to talk about, of course, what beers we are drinking. Why don't I go first? I am drinking a grapefruit IPA. It's called a Gripa, and this is made by Cisco Breweries out of New Hampshire in the United States. I believe I wrote it down. In Portsmouth, New Hampshire is where the brewery is located. It's quite good. It's not overly citrusy. You can sort of taste the grapefruit flavoring.
Yep.
I really like it, actually. It's quite awesome. And I'm drinking it in my Pennywise Geeky Tiki.
Always the tiki.
How's that? Yes, unfortunately,
Awesome,
though, I think this is my last one, so I'm going to have to start recycling my Geeky Tikis in future episodes.
They're cool.
But that's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you have, man?
I'm drinking a mango number 5
Nice.
pale ale. Don't know if you can see that any better.
Yep, I can see it. Very cool.
It's by Microbrew, and they brew in England, in Liverpool.
Nice. I like the cover, the artwork.
Mango. And
how is it? Is it extra mango-y?
Yeah, it's fine. Maybe by the end, I might like it a bit more. It's not too bad.
How strong is it? I should have asked.
It is 4.5.
Oh, okay, not too bad. Mine's 5.5. I've got one saved up for our next episode. That's 8%. So we'll see. That'll be an interesting one.
That's an extra long episode, isn't it?
Yes. I might not remember what I say.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, we're going to talk about some films that we found disturbing for various reasons. I've got a few picked out. And the first one I'm going to go with is High Tension. This is a French film. It's a bit over the top. It's quite gory and very intense. So High Tension, there's a lot of tension in this movie. Once it gets going, it just doesn't stop. It's unrelenting. Bit of a weird ending. I think it turned a lot of fans off. I know I was a bit surprised the first time I saw it. The twist at the end, it's sort of like I hate to say punchline ending, but it's definitely an unexpected reveal at the end. Again, I don't want to say too much or give anything away. If you haven't seen it, I don't know. I'm not even sure what else I would say. It's very gory, very brutal. Have you seen it?
I haven't.
Am I selling it?
Maybe.
Maybe. It's great. It says even on the back, a true horror classic. I would check it out. It's not. Yeah. It's only disturbing in a sense that there's a lot of murder and bloodshed, I guess.
Yeah.
So that was my first pick.
It's horror movies.
It's a horror movie, right? What do you expect? Definitely. Yeah. And if you've ever read the book called Intensity by Dean Koontz, it's very similar to it. Very almost a ripoff, I would say, but still, it's a great movie. Check it out. I liked it.
Right. I've gone with David Cronenberg's The Fly.
It's a great movie.
There's a lot in this film that disturbed me. Basically, the transformation of Jeff Goldblum, but certain bits. I don't know what to say, actually, because I don't want to give too much away because I'm not too sure.
Well, what were some of the scenes that you found? Yeah, you could talk a little bit about maybe the transformation, like what was the...
Yeah, there's a scene where he bites his nails.
Oh, yes.
His nails start coming. And that's probably one of the most placid sort of things. But yeah, there's a lot in there, and the transformation is...
Fingernails, right?
Oh, yeah. And losing the teeth and stuff. But yeah, I always remember... It disturbed me when I was younger, and it still gives me a little bit of a...
Oh yeah, it's great. Actually, I rewatched it about a year ago. Goldblum's awesome. Gina Davis is awesome. The two of them have some chemistry together on screen. It was great. And then the effects, right? Not CGI, and that's brutal. brutal stuff.
Definitely. It's probably good to mention that if you haven't seen The Fly, and there's probably a good chance that you've seen The Simpsons, there's a episode of The Simpsons where Bart steps into the
I think I saw
machine,
that one.
and he ends up with a fly head, and that's what it's based on, isn't it?
Was that one of the Halloween specials?
It was,
I did see that. Those are great.
Yeah, they are super fun, aren't they? But I always remember that. So
we should do an episode talking about what is it? The horror. I forget what they call their Halloween episode. Treehouse of Horrors. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right. Well, let me go next. I chose The Eyes of My Mother. It's a black and white film, intentionally, of course. It's very disturbing. I mean, obviously, these are some disturbing films we've chosen. Probably one of the creepiest traveling salesmen I've ever seen in a film when he shows up at the house, and what he does to the people who live there is quite horrific, but it doesn't even compare to what our protagonist does to him, and then ultimately to other people that she encounters, because she has a sort of a vision of what she wants to be in life. I don't want to give away too much.
Yeah.
It's a dark film, filmed in black and white, like I said, intentionally to make it, I would say, even almost creepier. Tremendously written, very well written. The acting is great. It's a film that will stay with you for a long time. I'll leave it at that. Have you seen it?
I haven't, but I do like some of these films where they're filmed in black and white with the noir sort of.
Check it out. It's not that long. It's 76 minutes. It's not even a long film.
Right.
I bet it's streaming. A buddy of mine sent me this copy. He had an extra one. Can't go wrong with a slipcover, right?
No, definitely.
Yeah, awesome. Check it out. I would say thumbs up to this one.
Right. I should probably explain. I've got a couple of films I'm going to choose for my disturbing, so they're either pop up here or here with a picture when the magic's worked. But basically,
totally.
If a film's that bad to me, I don't tend to keep it or buy it if I've streamed it. So I just thought I'd get that out there. The film I'm choosing is I Spit on Your Grave.
No, let me ask the first one or the remake?
The original. I haven't watched the remake because the way movies are today, I could only assume that it's probably worse, which I don't know, I haven't seen. And I know this is a massive, massive classic. Everybody likes it. But it was a bit too, it went a bit too far for my like, and that's just me. And where it was, I can't remember what year it was. Is it an 80s film or 70s?
It was 70s.
It was 70s, and
I could be wrong though. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I think 70s. I would say.
But I understand it's a classic and people do like it, but to me it was just a little bit too far and seemed a little bit too.
Yep. No, I hear you.
Yeah. So I don't want to go too much into it because
I agree with you, and I understand exactly what you're saying. I will say that I think it's intentionally brutal.
Yeah, definitely.
In the first act, but on the flip side, then it makes the revenge that she ultimately seeks, I guess, a little bit more sweeter. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's good.
It's not something I'd want to, I wouldn't say it's a comfort film by any means.
Yeah. It's not bad. In that way, it's not badly filmed. I actually thought it was quite how can I say, like an arty style type film.
That makes sense. I would say it's executed well. Structurally, it works. It's just not an easy one to get through.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was sleazy. It just seemed a little bit too grimy. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm just looking too far. But it's just one of my choices. And
sure, no, that's good.
If anybody likes it, then that's cool. It is a classic. So
yes, it is. Yep.
Yeah. So that's a film that disturbed me.
I've got another French film. They did do some gross movies. Inside. And of course, I went for the unrated version. Gosh, where to begin? So, I kind of group this one with my Christmas stack because it does take place on Christmas Eve. Essentially, an expecting mother who's 9 months pregnant is attacked in her home by an assailant who has a bit of a past with the victim. It's quite brutal. I know I keep using that word. It is
That's a good word.
Hard to watch. The final moments, I don't want to give anything away. If you're into extreme movies, it even says dimension extreme. This, I would say, is an extreme movie. I mean, the scissors, look, I mean, you just looking at look at the back. However, I will say it's one to see. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It's in French, so you have to watch it in subtitled with subtitles. But I don't know. It's another film that'll stay with you, I guess I would say. If you're looking for a shocking film.
If it shocks you enough, you will remember it.
And like I said, it's set on Christmas Eve, so you can watch it around Christmas with the family. Or not.
Will you eat your cookies?
Yeah, exactly. What do you have next, man?
Basket Case.
Cool.
I like it. It's an awesome film. I own it. I'll do watch it again. But this is again feels like a really dirty, grimy film, and it just disturbs me.
And yet you have the steelbook.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm not bad mouthing it at all.
Oh, it's a good one. I love it.
This is
budget.
just obviously choosing films that disturbed us a bit, and there's a scene where I think there's like the knives. Is it knives put into her face?
I think so.
And I don't know why. It's just maybe the way it's filmed or the way the effects were back then. And I just remember the first time watching it years ago, and I was like, "Oh my god!
Wow,
unbelievable!"
I recently got a Arrow edition of that, and Basket Case 2. Now that steelbook doesn't it have more than one? Doesn't it have all three movies?
Yes, it's got all three.
Yeah, that's really nice, man. Look,
I didn't actually until I found that. I didn't know.
Hold up the artwork again. That's so cool. No, the front, man. The front's awesome. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes,
I need to go back to it. Like I said, I bought the first one and the second one, but it's been years. I know I watched them in the 80s.
Yeah, it's good. It's super fun with the stop motion below and stuff. But
the
it's
puppetry,
just
right? I bet the little monster thing. Yeah.
But just certain bits, I always remember it disturbing me.
That's a good choice.
Awesome film.
I've got three more, I think. So I guess I have another French film, Frontiers. Right. So there's a group of kids who go to a hostel outside of Paris, and very bad things happen. And when I say very bad things, I'm not exaggerating. It's quite intense. I mean, look at it says a heart-pounding, uber-violent, and yet thought-provoking horror thriller. The French answer to Hostel and Saw, gripping and brutal. And I would say that describes this one perfectly. Nice. Another recommendation, if you haven't seen it, check it out. I've watched it a few times. It is pretty gory and hard to watch at times, but not in a I don't know what I'm trying to say, not in sort of an overly disturbing way. There's just a lot of gore and intensity. Maybe comparable to like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, that kind of gore and intensity. But it's good. I like it, and I own it. So
and we're gonna have some people commenting and saying, "Oh, watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you can't handle Basket Case." I know it's going to be there, but I don't know why it disturbed me.
If so, I will defend you.
Yeah. Cheers, man. The next film I haven't got a copy of. I didn't even watch the end of this. I turned it off. Didn't really understand. Maybe I wasn't watching it. Sat there paying enough attention, but Antichrist with Willem Dafoe.
Oh yeah, that's Yes, I've seen that. Yep.
There is
Lars von Trier film.
Yes.
If I'm saying his name correctly. Yep.
Some very extreme bits in that.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's a couple, they're grieving the loss of their child. They go to the country and some crazy stuff happens.
Yeah. Willem Dafoe, brilliant at acting.
Yes.
Insane and crazy, as you always.
And the lead actress is very talented as well. I can't think of her name, but she's awesome too.
They just got this really good. I don't want to say it's good because I turned it off like in that way. But I'm not saying it's bad neither. If you like the film, but yeah, they done well together to give it that edge. But
yep. Yeah, he's a very unique and interesting director as far as, you know, what kind of films he puts out. They're not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're not like your standard cookie cutter film. He pushes boundaries and sometimes he succeeds and maybe other times not as much, but I know he has a pretty big following and a lot of fans out there. Yeah. There's another movie he did called Melancholia, I think, which I have, but I have yet to watch. But I heard good things about it.
But I've heard. I don't mind limbs being chopped off or anything like that, but yeah, I don't know. It's just strange, isn't it?
It's okay. You have your limits, man. I get it.
Yeah. So,
okay, well, I guess back to me. This is kind of a tough one to talk about, a Serbian film.
Right.
If you can see it there.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
The uncut version, only because I finally decided I was going to sit down and watch this. There are some, wow, I'm not even sure how to describe it. There are scenes in here that you probably only want to see once, and maybe even then you don't really want to see them, and probably not ever again. I won't go into detail. I think ultimately, though, if you step back and you know, get over sort of the intense and over the top moments, it really is like a sad story. I felt in the end, like what happens to this main character and his family is very very sad ultimately. So if you take sort of the difficult things that happen out of it and look at it structurally and as a story, I think it is a good film.
Cool.
Serbian film.
Yeah. It just because there's some scenes in it doesn't make it a bad movie as a
true.
So to explain, but yeah,
I would say watch it once and then maybe not again.
Yeah.
But at least once.
You won't be watching it again then?
Not anytime soon.
Well,
but you should check it out and let me know what you think.
Oh, cheers. Yeah, thanks. This may be our last episode.
This is it. Thanks for joining, everyone. We will never see you again.
Probably be drinking 2 of these next time now.
All right, man. You got one more, right? So do I.
I've got one more.
Right, cool.
This is a new film. It's absolutely brilliant. It's not that I won't watch it. I love watching it. Watched it multiple times, but there's scenes in there that are good and get you. And it is the remake of Evil Dead. And there's some really, really cool.
I've been looking for my box cutter.
Yeah. There's some cool and it's like, and with the nail gun and bits, without giving too much away, but yeah, brilliant film.
Oh, the ending, right? I don't want to give anything away either, but when her arm is under the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great remake though. I love it.
It is. It's one of the best as far as remakes go. It is one of the best. But yeah, to sit there and say it's good. It's good. It's a good toe curler.
It sure is, man. And another unrelenting film once it stops. And I think what's interesting about it as a remake is that, I mean, the original sort of has like comedic elements to it, right? And this one, this one is very serious, almost it's darker, deals with addiction, right? Because they're there because she's trying to get over, I think, heroin, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And boy, do things go bad, right?
Yeah.
Something in the woods.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, last up is me, and I chose another French film, and this one is Martyrs. I've got the DVD and the Blu-ray. Interesting movie. Structurally, I like what they do with it. It's really divided into 3 different parts, I would say.
Okay.
The again, I don't want to give anything away. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's quite frightening, but also weirdly unique and perplexing as well. I don't want to give anything away, but man,
Yeah.
if you haven't seen it, check it out. Now, this one I would say I would probably rewatch because it just goes in directions that you would never, ever imagine. The final act is brutal. Again, I'm using the same word, and you'll never forget it. I'm sure you've heard of this one, right? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen the cover, to be fair. I've not seen the film, but I've seen.
And this is the original. There was a remake, an English version made, maybe an American version, I think, but in English. And I heard it wasn't very good, so I haven't checked it out.
All right.
But if you haven't seen it, watch it at least once. I'm not sure if you'd watch it again. I think this one I will check it out again just because it was executed so well. And again, it's like one you'll never forget. I mean, what is it? Eat My Brains said, a bold, uncompromising, transgressive piece of cinema. And I agree with that. All right, awesome. So those are the disturbing films we chose for our disturbing episode. What are you going to watch next? Why don't we do that?
I'm going to watch this film from 101 film. Sorry, it's from 1958, and it's called It: Terror from Beyond Space. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I love the old
black and white.
Yeah, I love the 50s case. They're cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Wouldn't that be an amazing poster? You could put it like right next to Jaws.
Yeah, definitely.
Or T-shirt even. That is cool. You'll have to let me know how it is. I've never seen it.
Yeah, I will do. I think somebody I spoke to on Instagram, they was asking, and they said it's like the original Star Trek. It's like probably where they got that from.
Well, that sounds fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a look at that. And what about you, man?
Let's see. I've got 2 here. Vicious Fun, which is a Shudder original. You know, I'm a fan of their movies. I actually have not seen this one, but I know folks have said it's quite good. I think it just came out in physical copy. I've seen a few people posting on Instagram about this and saying how amazing it is. So I can't wait to check it out. It looks like a horror comedy.
Yeah.
I think the guy accidentally ends up in a self-help group for serial killers.
All right.
How's that for a premise, right?
Yeah.
And I've got an 80s classic, Fear No Evil. A friend of mine recommended this, so I, of course, picked it up. I haven't seen it in years, and to be honest, I don't really remember anything about it other than this poster. I remember seeing this at the local video store, and I think there are sequels too, but I'm going to give the first one a go, and then we'll see.
Yeah, don't think I've seen that. One for the collection.
Yeah, one for the collection. All right, awesome. Well, thank you for tuning in. Again, add a comment about any of the movies we talked about. If there's anything you'd like us to cover in future episodes, let us know.
Yeah. Also, like I said, any more disturbing films, put in the comments. We give them a go, I suppose. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Go and check us out on Instagram because we are on there. And thanks for watching.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.